Aloha anglers, Creaky Tiki here with a couple of tips on how to enhance your custom fishing pliers. A lot of manufacturers nowadays make a really nice alloy fishing pliers. Some of them have a built-in cutter in them. Some of them have replaceable and different types of jaws. Very handy, very practical pliers. What I found is you can do something with that pliers that makes it even more useful than the way it comes from the factory. I put a stainless steel ring, I silver soldered a stainless steel ring into the bottom of that pliers in one of those pre-existing holes. And I use that ring to cinch up knots on hooks or terminal tackle when I'm fishing out in the boat. You're not always close to a ring or the tackle storage area, but with that little ring on that pliers, you can put the hook or the hook on your terminal tackle in that ring, tighten it down, cinch it up very safely. Got a great grip there. You're away from the point of that hook. You're not risking that hook. If you hold on to that hook could slip and bury in you. This is a really safe way to cinch up your terminal tackle knots and your hook knots. Now, if you don't have access to silver solder and stainless steel rings, you have a couple of other options. If you go in your marine hardware store, you can find miniature stainless steel shackles. They make some really small shackles, as you can see here, that work really well for doing the same thing. That shackle can go into the bottom of that pliers and works the same way as that stainless steel ring does. Just put the hook in that shackle, hang on the pliers, and you can cinch it down nice and tight. Now, the clearance inside of this pliers was a little bit tight. And to get that shackle to fit in there and get the pin through it, I actually had to take a drill bit about the width of that machined opening and just knock down the edges inside in that hole just a little bit so that that shackle would fit. So you may have to do that if you're going to use a shackle instead of a stainless steel ring. The last option, the third option, is to put in a stainless steel split ring. Now, I've tried big stainless steel split rings and a couple of problems here. The first one is getting it open far enough to fit over the wide edge and get it into that hole in the end of the pliers. The second is when you do that, you can really tear up the anodizing and gouge up the pliers because it's just such a thick ring and it's so hard to spread out. Now, this is just a medium duty split ring. I wouldn't use it on a deep drop jig at night for big bluefin tuna, but for cinching down a hook or a jig on your terminal tackle, it's just fine. So a nice medium duty split ring will fit nicely into that hole and will go in without tearing up your pliers too badly. Now, this particular pliers is an accurate, and with the accurate, you have your choice of the regular jaw or the jaw with what they call a split ring tip. You can see that little protrusion on that tip for working split rings. Well, it has another use that's even better, I think, than the split rings. When you get a fish in and that hook is buried in the jaw, a lot of times the deckhands will end up, or you'll end up grabbing the shank of that hook and you're pushing and twisting and pushing and twisting, trying to get that hook out. With this little split ring tip, you can just get to the bend of that hook, push it in over the bend of that hook, and you can pull that hook out rather than trying to wiggle and push it out. Pulling that hook out, it comes out much more easily and much more quickly sometimes than grabbing the shank and twisting and bending and pushing. So, split ring tip, great for removing hooks. Put a nice utility loop in the end of the pliers. A nice ring in the end of that pliers makes it really handy for cinching down your terminal tackle. And that great pliers to spend all that money on will do even a couple more things than you originally thought. Well, that's it for today. Hope this one was useful. As always, we welcome your comments, your feedback. Till later, this is Creaky, wishing you tight lines and good fishing.